Why was the Queen so furious at the royal wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Her attendance at the wedding was more about fulfilling royal protocol than celebrating. She knew that if she didn't show up, the media would have a field day analyzing why she had skipped her grandson's wedding, especially when she had been present at the weddings of other royal family members. One of the biggest reasons for her anger was the number of royal protocols broken without any consideration. The first issue came with Meghan's wedding gown. The Queen was reportedly dissatisfied with Meghan's choice of a bright white designer dress. Meghan, who was a divorcee from her previous marriage to film producer Trevor Engelson in 2011, shocked the Queen by appearing in an all-white gown. The Queen even commented that the dress was too white for someone who was divorced.
What's the problem, Angela, with white, first of all? Why was white too white?
Well, I think it's sort of vaginal, isn't it? You're very pure and you haven't had lots of affairs or been married before or anything like that. And I think it's for the first marriage that you have as well. And I think she didn't like it that Meghan was dressing up as if she was, very virginal. She didn't like that because she knew it wasn't true. She'd been married.
She had expected Meghan to follow the precedent set by Queen Consort Camilla during her marriage to King Charles in 2005, when Camilla opted for a modest gown. Instead, Meghan followed her heart and ignored tradition, leaving the Queen furious.
And Meghan is refusing to show her wedding dress. I mean, goodness me, you're marrying into the royal family. The one person you show your dress to is the Queen to get her approval. And I also thought it was interesting that it also shows a new light on those very famous photographs of Meghan floating up the aisle and the way the Queen looks at her, because clearly that was the first time she'd seen that dress, which is just so rude and so ignorant of Meghan to go down that path. But
her anger deepened when she discovered that Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, had not reconciled with his daughter and would not be attending the wedding. The Queen believed Prince Harry should have met with Thomas and helped mend things before the big day.
Monday, a report surfaced that Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, will no longer walk her down the aisle to marry Prince Harry.
Instead, Thomas Markle staged paparazzi photos of himself getting ready for the wedding, but then pulled out of the wedding altogether, creating public embarrassment for the royal family. For the Queen, who valued privacy and discretion above all else, this shameful behavior displeased her a lot. Tradition was broken further when Meghan walked part of the aisle alone. Her father was supposed to walk her, but that didn't happen. Eventually, King Charles stepped in and walked her partway before handing her over to Harry. While this move was praised by some, the Queen reportedly thought it looked bad for the monarchy and was not happy with how it unfolded. Insiders say that Queen wanted Harry to handle things with Meghan's family before the marriage, but he didn't. The sermon at the wedding was another source of irritation for the Queen. Bishop Michael Curry delivered a fiery, passionate sermon in an American style that lasted nearly 14 minutes. While the global audience loved it, the Queen found it far too long, dramatic, and over the top. She preferred the short, reserved, and traditional addresses that royal weddings were known for.
It is the way of life. They got it. He died to save us all. Imagine our homes and families when love is the way.
Then came the infamous tiara drama. Meghan had her eyes on an emerald tiara, but the Queen insisted she wear a diamond and platinum piece instead, explaining that the emerald tiara had ties to Russia. Harry was frustrated and reportedly snapped. He said, "What Meghan wants, Meghan gets." Hearing that from her grandson only fueled the Queen's anger. She firmly reminded him that Meghan would get the tiara she was given, nothing more.
Diamond. But did you know that this tiara actually wasn't Meghan's first choice? Meghan actually wanted to wear this tiara that I won't butcher the name, which Princess Eugenie actually ended up wearing to her wedding. But Queen Elizabeth told Meghan it wouldn't be appropriate to wear. And that's because the tiara might have had Russian origin and a shaky past. And if it was linked to scandals, Queen Elizabeth thought it might give the pair bad luck on their wedding day.
The guest list also made the Queen uneasy. Meghan invited several of her Hollywood friends, including Oprah Winfrey, Serena Williams, and Elton John. While the world saw this as glamorous, the Queen felt the ceremony looked more like a celebrity gala than a royal wedding.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are inviting more than 2,600 people from the public to attend their royal wedding.
The Queen valued discretion and tradition, and the Hollywood-dominated guest list clashed with her vision of what a royal wedding should be. Another factor was the cost. The wedding reportedly cost over 30 million euros, with taxpayers footing much of the bill for security and expenses. The Queen, who valued thriftiness despite her immense wealth, was said to be unhappy with such lavish spending at a time when many British citizens were struggling financially. Behind the scenes, palace staff also complained about Meghan and Harry being difficult to work with. Their endless demands and last-minute changes frustrated the staff.
They are very difficult to work for, and it's always, in a sense, it's always the worst possible sign if people can't keep members of staff or household secretaries, advisors and so forth. If they can't keep them, this invariably means that there's a clash of personalities.
The Queen, who disliked unnecessary drama, was angered by the constant reports of tension surrounding the couple. The cultural blend of the wedding was also a sticking point. While many praised the mix of British tradition and American elements, such as the gospel choir, the Queen may have felt it went too far. To her, it risked diluting the true essence of a royal wedding, turning it into something more modern but less regal. On top of all this, the Queen was under personal strain. Prince Philip had recently undergone hip surgery, and though he managed to attend, the Queen was worried about his health. Smiling through the wedding while feeling that stress behind the scenes only made the day heavier for her.
Prince Philip was admitted to the hospital for hip surgery this week. Buckingham Palace says the surgery was scheduled ahead of time and will take place at King Edward VII Hospital in London on Wednesday. The prince is 96 and has mostly retired from making public appearances, but still joins his wife, Queen Elizabeth II, for some of her royal duties.
The contrast between Meghan and Kate Middleton was another factor. The Queen admired Kate's patience and years of preparation before marrying Prince William. Meghan, by contrast, entered the royal family quickly and strongly, insisting on doing things her own way. This difference reportedly frustrated the Queen and made her wary of Meghan's approach. With all these issues piling up, anyone would have been upset, especially when they were the ones hosting and funding the event. The Queen may have smiled outwardly, but inside, she was said to be deeply angry and furious with the way Harry and Meghan's wedding turned out. So, what do you think? Do you think the Queen should not have allowed Harry's wedding to Meghan? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.